Hey guys, Bernard here. Imagine if you could tap into the minds of millionaires and billionaires and uncover the exact books that transformed their thinking and their wealth. What if I told you that these five specific books hold the key to building a fortune, changing your life forever? You've probably heard the saying, you are what you eat. But have you ever thought about the phrase, you become what you read? Millionaires swear by certain books that shaped their path to riches. So, what's at the very top of their reading list, and why are these books so powerful? Let's dive right into number one, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But wait, if you've heard about this book before, stick around, because I promise you haven't heard the real secret behind it. Napoleon Hill spent decades studying the habits of wealthy individuals like Andrew Carnegie and Thomas Edison. His biggest discovery? Your mindset is the single greatest factor in becoming wealthy. Hill says it clearly. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. But here's the real question. How do you practically apply Hill's principles without getting stuck in just daydreaming? The answer is hidden in book number 2, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko. Now, most people assume millionaires live flashy lives with sports cars and lavish mansions. But this book reveals something shocking. Most millionaires actually live humble lives, saving and investing instead of splurging. They live below their means and avoid debt like the plague. Surprised? So was I. But how can you actually replicate this millionaire habit practically, especially if you're just starting out? Well, the third book on this millionaire must-read list provides a clear roadmap. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you haven't read this yet, you're missing out on the best-selling financial book of all time. Kiyosaki explains why the rich keep getting richer. It's not about earning a huge salary, but rather how you use money. He introduces a groundbreaking concept: assets versus liabilities. Assets put money into your pocket, liabilities take money out. Sounds simple, right? But there's a twist you won't expect. Kiyosaki says most people mistake liabilities for assets. For example, your house. Is it really an asset or secretly draining your wealth? But before you panic, the fourth book millionaires swear by solves this exact dilemma. The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Written nearly a century ago, this timeless classic breaks wealth creation down into simple principles anyone can follow. The biggest takeaway? Pay yourself first. Imagine this. Before spending a single penny on bills or fun, you set aside 10% of your earnings for investments. Sounds tough, doesn't it? But here's why it actually works. Your expenses naturally adjust, leaving you richer over time without even noticing it. But how can you ensure your investments actually multiply your wealth instead of losing it? That's exactly where the fifth must-read millionaire book comes into play. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. If you've heard of Warren Buffett, you need to know about this book. Buffett himself credits his billions to its principles. Graham explains a powerful yet simple strategy known as value investing. Rather than chasing flashy stocks or trendy investments, Graham shows you how to identify undervalued, high-quality businesses you can trust with your hard-earned cash. But how exactly does the average person spot these hidden gems without spending hours every day studying financial statements? We'll get to that in just a minute, but first, what's the one thing all these books have in common? Is it a secret formula, insider knowledge, or something even more valuable? The shocking truth is, every single one of these millionaire-approved books emphasizes discipline and patience above all else. The rich don't build wealth overnight. They carefully apply powerful principles consistently, day after day, year after year. Imagine having that kind of discipline. Could you actually see yourself becoming wealthy? You might be thinking, okay, Bernard, but how can I realistically read all these books and apply everything they teach without feeling overwhelmed? That's exactly what we're going to unpack next. I'm about to share a simple, practical way you can start applying these millionaire habits today, even if you've never invested or saved a dollar in your life. You won't believe how easy it is when you follow this straightforward strategy. The real secret to applying these millionaire lessons immediately is simpler than you might think. Start by changing one small habit at a time. Instead of trying to overhaul your life overnight, choose one powerful principle from each book and focus on mastering it fully. Let's take the advice from Think and Grow Rich. Start your day with a clear vision of your financial goal. Visualize exactly how achieving it will transform your life. Sounds too simple? Here's the magic. Visualization conditions your brain to spot opportunities you'd otherwise miss. Over time, this subtle mental shift creates powerful, wealth-attracting behaviors. Next, remember, the millionaire next door. Adopt a habit millionaires swear by, tracking your spending meticulously for just 30 days. Why does this work? You'll discover exactly where your money's leaking. Most people underestimate what they're spending on things that don't truly matter. Once identified, you can redirect those funds straight into your savings or investments. Now, let's practically implement the rich dad, poor dad strategy. Distinguish clearly between assets and liabilities. Next time you're about to buy something significant, pause and ask yourself, does this put money in my pocket or take it out? Here's a quick hack. Focus first on accumulating simple, reliable assets, like dividend-paying stocks or rental properties that provide passive income over time. But how do you find investments that consistently grow your wealth without having to become a finance genius overnight? The intelligent investor has the solution. Start with something called an index fund. Warren Buffett himself recommends this to new investors. Index funds let you invest broadly across the entire market, drastically reducing risk while still providing steady returns. You won't double your money overnight, but over time, you'll build real sustainable wealth without gambling. Remember the timeless advice from The Richest Man in Babylon? Start by paying yourself first. Every paycheck automatically move 10% into a separate savings or investment account. You might think, I can't afford that right now. But here's the truth. Most people adapt to living on 90% of their income very quickly. This simple step alone can transform your finances dramatically in just 1 year. At this point, you might be thinking, can small habits really make that much of a difference? Millionaires don't achieve their status through random luck. They carefully craft daily routines that build massive momentum over time. Ask yourself, what's one small habit you could start today that your future millionaire self would thank you for? Now, here's something surprising. Virtually every successful person dedicates consistent time each day to learning. Bill Gates reads 1 book a week. Warren Buffett reads several hours daily. What if you adopted this one habit, even at a smaller scale? Just 15 minutes of focused reading per day can significantly elevate your mindset, skills, and decision-making abilities. You might wonder, is reading alone really enough to change my financial future? The truth is, it's not just about reading, it's about consistently absorbing powerful ideas and putting them into action. Every millionaire understands this simple yet powerful truth. Knowledge becomes wealth only through application. But what if you struggle with consistency? Here's a millionaire hack you can start today. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals and habits. Set phone alerts, use sticky notes around your home, or create a vision board filled with powerful imagery representing your dream lifestyle. Why does this work? Because it constantly realigns your subconscious mind toward your financial goals, ensuring you stay motivated and disciplined. Now, before you think, I've tried habits before, and they don't stick. Let me share one more secret. Millionaires rarely rely solely on willpower. Instead, they use systems. Automate your finances, investments, and savings, removing temptation and ensuring you consistently follow through. But here's the real kicker. None of these strategies will truly matter unless you start believing you can actually achieve millionaire status. Mindset might sound cliche, but millionaires consistently stress how critical it is. Do you genuinely believe wealth is possible for you, or do subconscious doubts hold you back? Changing your financial future starts with shifting this one core belief, that becoming wealthy isn't reserved for special or lucky people. It's available to anyone who adopts proven habits and applies them consistently. Imagine what your life could look like in just 5 years if you embrace these small yet powerful changes today. So here's your action step. Pick up these 5 millionaire-approved books, dedicate just 15 minutes a day to reading, and start adopting one powerful habit at a time. If you do this consistently, you'll be amazed at how quickly your mindset and your bank account start to change. Are you ready to take the first step toward becoming the next millionaire success story? The time to start is right now.